we talked about the importance of silver in our economy, and it really is. It is the backbone of much more than you think. Let's talk.
Tom Larsen is the chairman and CEO of Eloro Resources Ltd. Their ticker symbol ELRRF. Eloro, E-L-O-R-O Resources.com. He joins us once again here on the Big Biz Show.
Tom, how are you?
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about Eloro, and then let's talk about the top line, about the silver market. Talk about what you guys do exactly and why it's so robust right now, because you guys are at the exact right place at the right time.
So silver is sort of the main, it's the dominant metal in our polymetallic, our multi-metal mix. The big discovery, Iska Iska. I would say the silver content would be probably 70% of the overall value of the metal assemblage per ton of material. And basically, you've seen the silver price, how it's suddenly become more and more sort of dominant from the standpoint of $70, $80, $90 prices from the $30, $40 range, 5-6 months ago.
Sure. What's interesting, I want to talk about something you brought up last time you were on the air with us, and that's the industrial and technological dependency on silver. Talk about that a little bit, because that's what makes it so robust.
Well, it's such a, the conductivity attributes of silver probably one of the most conductive metals, in the periodic table. And there's been a structural deficit for over 4 years in regard to demand supply. There's probably close to a 600-700 million ounce deficit. Annually, it's coming in around 100 to 200 million ounces a year. And obviously, this is bringing upward pressure. But this is primarily, probably 60% of that use is industrial based.
Yeah, we're talking printed circuit boards and semiconductors and so on and so forth, because as you mentioned, it is the best natural conductor of electricity and heat in the periodic table.
Not only that, though, what is going on with all these AI, these data centers, and just
great point.
Major abundance, the growth of that sector just in the last 12, 18 months, right. Especially.
Yeah.
Tom Larsen. Tom Larsen is the chairman CEO of Eloro Resources Ltd., ticker symbol ELRRF. Tom, as far as sheer volume is concerned, is there more gold in the world or is there more silver?
No, I think right now, from the standpoint of what's been actually discovered, the belief is that gold has more of a there's more tonnage of gold, I think, that's actually been recognized. Mm-hmm. Silver's a smaller, more elastic market, but no, gold would be the primary from a quantity standpoint, definitely.
Talk about
at least a lot more valuable, to say the least.
So talk about Bolivia for us. Let's talk about your one of your main projects here, because this is I believe it's called Iska Iska, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is a major volcanic structure, volcanic edifice, as they call it, with a resurgent collapse center, collapse caldera. And it was formed over 15 million years ago. So it's a mature structure, and with the gases and water combinations created immense force for magma material metals to be thrown upward and basically cooled down. There was a cap on top. And this is something that it had never been drilled, this project, the Iska Iska. Again, a 9.5 square kilometer property in southern Bolivia, 50 kilometers from the border of Argentina. About 100, over 160,000 meters of drilling, close to $80 million Canadian have been spent on this project. And we've now outlined over 109 million ounces of silver. That's equivalent to 85.17 million ounces of 40 gram silver in an indicated category, meaning that it's mineable as an open pit operation potentially. And what we're doing is upgrading that 85 million tons surface material, well, just below surface, to roughly 140 million tons of 40 gram. Think of 40 gram, that's almost an ounce and a half
Yeah, right.
of silver. So
Hey, Tom.
100 million ounces of silver is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an insane find. I want to talk about tin for a minute because although it's a small volume metal by tonnage, it represents solder, right? I mean, in electronics, which is why it's important. And you have a bit of a strategic importance here with respect to tin. Talk about that a little bit.
We really are pushing hard. You know, we want to get the U.S. involved with our project, primarily on the tin component, because there really is a shortfall of tin in the Western Hemisphere. Just about all supply of tin, 80% of it comes from the Far East. And, you know, it's sort of Chinese dominated within Indonesia and Myanmar. But processing is a lot of it's completed in China. So this is something that especially the U.S. government are really looking after. And there aren't too many tin deposits in the Western Hemisphere. I mean, we are on a tin belt, and I'm sure there's other tin deposits on that tin belt, the Bolivian tin belt that we're located on, but we've had a 5-year head start. You know, we went in when the politics and things were a little rough with the Mass Party, you know, with a fantastic doctorate of geoscience, Dr. Osvaldo Arce, who knew of this project. But, you know, what really sort of had him really excited was both the silver and the tin component. Tin's a lot harder to find. It's a high temperature metal.
Sure.
It's used in any type of soldering, semiconductors, data center. It's almost, right now you take a look at the tin price.
Yeah.
I mean, the tin price right now is $55,000 a ton. You know, that's close to 25 bucks a pound. So it's moved up about 40% in the last 12 months. So there's a huge demand for tin. It's running into deficit similar to the silver market as well.
Hey, Tom, regarding Eloro Resources, and by the way, stock symbol here in the States, ELRF for Canadian viewers online, ELO. Of course, we're in 85 million TV homes here across the country. And of course, American Forces Network in 175 countries, but we're also broadcast on Bloomberg, Health Finance Aero, as well as Bloomberg EU. And there's a lot of folks that are listening to you right now. You guys have a huge amount of financial strength. You've got the ability to execute. You guys did a $15 million bought deal financing. And I know that there's a couple of, talk about the strength of the company just real quickly.
Well, we're debt free. It was 10 million US to purchase the volcanic edifice, the Iska Iska structure. That took us a few years to pay it down. There's no royalties on the property. We've got about 25 million in the bank. We're going into a 40,000 meter drilling campaign with the largest drilling contractor, Major Drilling, that's coming back into the country, into Bolivia. So, you know, we've got secure drilling equipment. And, you know, that 40,000 meters, part of that will be to infill and get to up to that 140 million tons of open pit, 40 gram silver, along with a little lead zinc, and also to start moving into the tin corridor just to the west of our silver area.
We got to get you in studio here for a whole hour sometime, pal.
Yeah, I mean, you guys bought a volcano. That's pretty gangster.
I know. It sounds insane.
That's awesome. Tom Larsen.
You'll be hearing a lot more of him.
Chairman, CEO, Eloro Resources Ltd, ELRRF. Ticker symbol, EloroResources.com is the website.